Surely, at some point while scrolling through the internet, you've come across the face of this man, a butcher who became a global meme in 2017 for the curious way he sprinkled salt on food. After this explosion of fame, Salt Bae became a global figure. He turned a simple meme into an empire of money and luxury restaurants that spread across the world. Celebrities like Messi, Neymar, McGregor, and dozens more paid thousands of dollars just for the chance to meet him. However, if this man is appearing on a video from this channel, you can already imagine it didn't end well. He's been accused of theft, abuse, discrimination, fraud. Everyone hates him, and he's on the verge of bankruptcy. Today, people rejoice at seeing Salt Bae's restaurants completely empty, and with good reason. So get comfortable, because after watching this video, you'll understand why he deserves everything that's happening to him. This is the satisfying downfall of Salt Bae.
Salt Bae was a Turkish butcher with little relevance before 2017. In fact, no one knew him. That year, a video of him cutting meat and sprinkling salt in a flashy way went viral. That one video changed his life forever. In just days, he became a global meme. People began flocking to his restaurants just to see his signature gesture in person. Neymar, Maradona, Messi, McGregor, people were dropping tens of thousands of dollars just to take a picture with him. He had gone from a complete nobody to a global star in just a few months, all from one Instagram video. The guy was in his prime. But as with so many others I've told you about, the story follows a familiar pattern. Fame explodes overnight, ego skyrockets, they get exposed, they crash and burn. And this story is no exception. The downfall began in late 2017 when he posted a photo posing next to an image of Fidel Castro smoking a cigar as some sort of tribute. Whether you support or despise Castro, this obviously outraged Cuban Americans, especially in Miami where many fled Castro's regime. And guess what? Salt Bae decided to open a restaurant in Miami right after posting that photo. Cuban backlash flooded his social media. He ended up deleting the post from all platforms. Then, in early 2018, he invited Nicolas Maduro, dictator of Venezuela, to his restaurant. While his people starved, Maduro enjoyed a lavish dinner. Outraged Venezuelans protested outside Salt Bae's restaurant with signs and insults. Once again, he deleted all posts featuring the dictator. But if you think that's bad, it's just the beginning. Soon after, a fire stunt in one of his restaurants went horribly wrong, setting 2 employees and 3 customers on fire. One woman suffered burns on over 28% of her body, needed a 5-hour surgery, and now lives with permanent scars. And what did Salt Bae do? Absolutely nothing. He distanced himself and tried to suppress the news. Later, 5 workers at his New York restaurant accused him of tip theft, abuse, and discrimination. It all started when former server Angelo Mayer spoke out. Non-Turkish workers were treated like garbage. He was called the Spaniard in a mocking tone and was physically intimidated just for not being Turkish. Others also accused Salt Bae of mistreatment and theft. They made their case public, but in the end, Salt Bae paid them $230,000 to keep quiet. He solved everything with money. His ego inflated. His Instagram was filled with luxury photos. He even said in interviews, now kids don't want to be astronauts or engineers. They want to be Salt Bae. Seriously. Now, let's get to the moment that truly ended him. December 18, 2022. World Cup Final, Argentina versus France. After Argentina wins, Salt Bae suddenly appears on the field annoying players, pulling their arms and inserting himself into celebration photos. He grabbed Messi's arm constantly to get his attention. He posed with the World Cup trophy like it belonged to him, despite FIFA's strict rules on who can touch it. He even took it from players and kissed it. He told a kid, "No, it's not your trophy, it's mine." Imagine winning the World Cup only to have Salt Bae's saliva on the trophy. He also bit the players' medals and acted like he was part of the team. He posted all these photos on Instagram like he'd been a central figure. People from Argentina, Peru, Russia, and beyond, except maybe France, flooded his socials with hate. It was the biggest internet backlash I've ever seen. Even years later, his most liked comments are still people begging him to never touch the trophy again. The question everyone had: how did Salt Bae get on the field? Well, turns out he was friends with FIFA president Gianni Infantino, who gave him a pass. But after seeing what Salt Bae did, Infantino unfollowed him on Instagram and cut all ties. The next day, Salt Bae posted an old video of Messi at his restaurant trying to prove they were friends. He even said in an interview in broken English, "I love Argentina. I love football. This was accident. I didn't know the rules. Next time, I won't touch the World Cup." The only good thing he said, and it's true, FIFA banned him from all future World Cups. He'll be watching from his couch, if he can still afford a TV. Thanks to all this and everything I've told you, Salt Bae's profits dropped nearly 50%. His restaurants in New York and London were considered the worst in their cities and had to shut down permanently. Many of his other locations are practically empty. Gone are the days of showing off $100,000 bills on Instagram. Now he turns off the AC in his restaurants to cut costs. It's amazing how someone can be smart enough to turn a meme into an empire, but dumb enough to throw it all away by thinking he was the king of the world. Who would have thought that a sprinkle of salt could lead to a sprinkle of lawsuits, scandals, and global hate? Salt Bae didn't just season his steaks. He seasoned his own downfall with arrogance, ego, and a complete lack of self-awareness. He went from being a chef everyone wanted to meet to being a warning everyone should remember. Don't let virality cook your brain. Because no matter how sharp your knives are, if you treat people like trash, eventually the internet will serve you well done. In the end, Salt Bae's story is the perfect example of how fame without humility is a ticking time bomb. He had it all: money, power, global recognition, and he threw it away one ego trip at a time. From being the most loved meme chef in the world to becoming the internet's most hated restaurateur. It just goes to show, it's easy to go viral, it's much harder to stay relevant and respected. So next time you see someone blow up online overnight, ask yourself, how long until they fall just as fast? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your opinion in the comments. Do you think Salt Bae deserves a second chance? Or is this the end of his story? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.